Teachers helping teachers process. A 30-minute team problem-solving model. Our schools are constantly faced with changes. And by changes, we mean new and unique challenges. One of the biggest challenges is the diverse needs of students. While student diversity makes a school an exciting place, it can also create situations that require concrete solutions. Teachers are always in need of new strategies to deal with the diverse needs of the students in their classes. To properly support inclusive education, we must properly support classroom teachers. They are the ones who make learning happen. And the fact is, teachers themselves are a source of knowledge and strategies to handle a host of situations. The key is to find ways for teachers to collaborate and share their expertise with each other. How can teachers do that? They find strategies by drawing on their own past experiences. They discuss options with colleagues. They consult an education support teacher, resource, literacy, or guidance. They consult a member of the school administration. They consult one of the members of the school district education support team. For challenges that prove difficult and that need fresh thinking on strategies, a teacher can participate in the Teachers Helping Teachers process, a 30-minute team problem-solving model. This process is one of the tools in the school's toolbox to support classroom teachers. The process effectively encourages collaboration, peer problem-solving, and team support. It recognizes and respects the expertise of classroom teachers to help their colleagues with difficult challenges. The fact is, teachers in the school are often able to look at problems in context and come up with useful ideas in a way that individuals from outside the school cannot. With the guidance of a facilitator, who could be a resource teacher, a guidance counselor, or someone else trained in the process, the problem-solving team goes through a series of steps, from identifying and analyzing the problem to developing possible solutions and determining a plan. The Teachers Helping Teachers team is usually made up of peers of the teacher seeking support. They will be other classroom teachers, perhaps a school leader, an educational support teacher. In short, they are individuals that either the teacher or the facilitator feel would be able to help with the problem situation and are willing to give up 30 minutes of their time to do it. The facilitator is most often an education support teacher, resource, who has been working with the teacher on a one-on-one basis and knows the situation as well as the needs and perspectives of the teacher. An effective facilitator is well trained in the Teachers Helping Teachers process. The facilitator knows how to put participants at ease and get them involved in the activity. The facilitator ensures the discussion stays on topic and within the time limits. By using a clearly defined process, the team can successfully come up with practical and concrete ideas that enable the teacher to be more optimistic and confident. The teacher is supported finding a way to deal with a problem situation. The facilitator must follow the prescribed procedure, but in a flexible and respectful way that results in a concrete plan of action selected by the teacher and do it in the 30-minute time frame. The Teachers Helping Teachers team consists of 1. The teacher with the problem, 2. The facilitator, 3. The teacher's peers, the 4 to 6 classroom teachers who accept the invitation to be part of the team, 4. And finally, the recorder, a person designated to record the suggested strategies generated by the team during the meeting. Now let's look at the 7 steps in the Teachers Helping Teachers process. Please refer to the accompanying manual for more detail. Step 1. Identify the problem and explain the process. The facilitator begins the meeting by explaining its purpose and outlining the problem. He reviews the context of the situation and presents the expectations of the teacher. He describes the process that will be followed and answers any questions from the team. Throughout the meeting, the recorder will note key points on chart paper for members of the team. Step 2. Have the referring teacher give a short personal commentary on the situation. The referring teacher is given the floor. She can add to the explanation of the facilitator and emphasize the personal desire to get some new ideas to deal with the problem under discussion. This step enables the group to observe the teacher's feelings and emotions with respect to the situation. Step 3. Allow the referring teacher to clarify things for the group. Step 3 enables the team members to ask the teacher questions to clarify the facts of the situation. The participants usually ask for specific examples of events that have occurred, for information on the student's history or that of the people involved, and for a sense of the strategies already tried. They may also want to pinpoint what triggered the situation. It is very important for the facilitator to ensure the questions are confined to clarifying the facts and do not get into exploring possible strategies. That step comes next. Keeping discussion to the point is important if the meeting timeline, 30 minutes, is to be respected. Step 4. Brainstorm strategies. The team is now ready to start brainstorming and provide suggestions for strategies for the situation under review. Suggestions must be presented as brief statements that describe ideas, actions, or practices. They are always directed to the facilitator, never the teacher. In fact, it is best if the teacher does not engage directly with team members during this step. The teacher listens quietly but does not interrupt the team's thought process. To ensure the meeting runs smoothly, the facilitator must give each person an opportunity to speak to encourage an uninterrupted flow of ideas. The facilitator will move from team member to give each a chance to make a suggestion. The facilitator makes sure the participants keep their suggestions brief and specific. A skilled facilitator will assist a team member to be precise and clear on what is being suggested. The facilitator reminds team members that they can pass when their turn comes and consider further input during the next time around the group. This reduces the possible anxiety of team members and allows them to think more about possible suggestions. But since one idea often leads to another, an atmosphere of confidence and trust built on collaboration can be established and maintained. At this stage, it is essential that the facilitator maintains one primary rule. Team members will not evaluate the suggestions made by others, either verbally or non-verbally. Every suggestion is respected as a genuine effort to assist the teacher with the problem at hand. Every team member is given an opportunity to provide input. The 30-minute time period typically allows the facilitator to get ideas from team members 3 to 4 times before wrapping up the step in the process. However, before concluding, it is often productive to give participants one last opportunity to make a suggestion they think might be critical. Trained and skilled facilitators can make this process work, and it works exceptionally well if there are creative people on the team. Step 5. Choose strategies. Once the brainstorming session is complete, the teacher can reflect on the team's suggested strategies and select one or more that seem to be most helpful. The strategy selected will be entirely at the discretion of the referring teacher. They will be the ones that fit the teacher's instructional style and that the teacher feels best respond to the unique circumstances in the classroom. The teacher can simply choose several strategies that can be used right away, or a more thorough process can be used. The facilitator can briefly review each suggested strategy and ask the teacher to assign it a number from 1 to 3. Give a 1 to the most promising strategies, ones the teachers want to try right away. Give a 2 to a strategy that might be promising but is less of a priority at the moment or might require a bit more thought. Give a 3 to a strategy that has already been tried or that is not a practical solution in this situation or at this time. The facilitator needs to ensure the teacher is under no pressure to explain the choices made to team members. If a dozen or more strategies are suggested, the teacher needs to find only a few of them promising for the meeting to have served its purpose. A teacher will know the strategies that make sense for his or her own particular circumstances. These will be simple, positive, and immediately helpful. Step Step 6. Establish a plan to follow up on the session. The facilitator is now ready to arrange follow-up and support for the teacher in moving forward with the selected strategies. Typically, they will set a time to develop a plan of action in the next few days. The basic elements of the plan will need to be worked out. It will be important to have a written record of the plan to ensure the teacher is well supported. The plan will reflect what the teacher will do and what the facilitator, usually an education support teacher, will do to help. In some cases, team members may be called on to provide more detail on a suggestion selected by the teacher. The facilitator will help make this happen. Step 7. Adjourn the meeting. The facilitator adjourns the meeting after 30 minutes of discussion and brainstorming focused on strategy development. The result is a plan of action for the teacher. The facilitator thanks team members, collects the notes from the recorder, and adjourns the meeting. This process was developed to help solve a problem quickly by taking advantage of the expertise that exists in our schools. It is very powerful when directed by a facilitator who knows the role well, is aware of the importance of the 7 steps, and knows how to get team members to work together to achieve a specific objective. Let's review the 7 steps of a 30-minute team problem-solving session. Step 1. Identify the problem and explain the process. Step 2. Have the referring teacher comment on the problem. Step 3. Have the referring teacher clarify questions team members may have. Step 4. Brainstorm strategies. Step 5. Have the referring teacher select strategies. Step 6. Agree on an action plan to follow up. Step 7. Adjourn the meeting. Teachers helping teachers, using the knowledge and skill of peers and colleagues to deal with today's difficult challenges in our schools. For further information on this process, please refer to the program manual.